Sup nerds, I'm Tom, and I'm using our new form of reviews where it's just my voice and some pictures, and you don't really see my face except for this face right here, but that's just for reference, it's going away. This game is World's Fair 1893, and actually I think this is the new edition. I think it's actually Amazon exclusive if I'm not mistaken. Now I didn't play this game before. I didn't play the older edition, so I can't really talk about the changes to this edition because I don't really know. I mean, I think they're all graphical. Like I don't think they changed the gameplay at all. But either way, I'm just going to talk about this game regardless of the edition and say what I think about the game. And I actually think it's pretty great. It is a very light drafting and area control game. Probably more drafting at the heart with a little bit of area control aspect to it. So you have this board here, which it's like this big Ferris wheel with all these different sections. On your turn, all you do is you throw a cube on a section, on one of the colored sections, then you draft all of the cards from that section, and then you replace in kind of a funky way, let's say even if you took 3 cards from that section, you replace a card from the section you took, and then the other 2 sections to the right of that card from that section that you took. Yeah, the section I just took from gets 1 card replaced, so it's not looking that great, but the other sections next to it now might look even a little bit better. And there's really only 3 different types of cards. There are tickets, which are just straight up points, and if you have the most tickets at the end of the round, you get a bonus 2 points. There are cards that manipulate the cubes. Remember I said you put cubes down in the sections. Those cubes and sections are an area control thing. Whoever has the most cubes in every section will get bonus points and stuff. So there are a couple of cards with like pictures of people on them that will let you manipulate the cubes, add some extra cubes or move them around and whatnot. And then the last type of card is cards that match the color of the section. It is blue, red, yellow, green, and gray, I think. I had to do that off the top of my head. But let's say if you win the blue section, okay, I have 4 of my cubes there and you only have 2, so I am the majority. I will get some points, and I can turn some blue cards, if I have them, into blue tokens. And at the end of the game, if I have a full set of tokens, meaning 1 token of each color, I will get some bonus points. So those are the 2 main ways you get points are the tickets and the area control aspect. So it's a really straightforward game. Right now, you could buy the game and set it up, and you'd only have to refer to the rulebook for like a couple little things, because I just basically told you how to play. So this is overall a simple game, kind of intro-y, maybe intro plus or whatever. But again, it's not going to take that long to teach the rules to new players. You're going to see this strategy pretty quickly. But also, it is one of those easy to learn, hard to master. I mean, I don't know if hard to master is the right word, but you kind of have to do each strategy a little bit. You can't really just, I'm just going to focus on tickets this game. Well, you probably won't win, because getting the majority thing on all of those different spaces is a big deal. It could be like 4 points or whatever per section that you win. And then, 15 points, I think it is, for having a full set. That's nothing to sneeze at, And also, whenever you take tickets, you move this little cart up the Ferris wheel track when it makes a full circle that ends the round. So you could be looking at that too, saying, if I take these cards, I'll get the stuff that I want, but I don't want, this person to end the round and then I can't take a turn again. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing could be a big deal. The game is pretty quick. I even played a 2-player game at the game store when the game store was about to close. We played it in like 30 minutes, including like setup and teardown and everything. Granted that was 2 players, and we did know that the store was closing, so we played it kind of fast on purpose. But still, there's a lot of good to be said about this game. I can't really talk too much more about the mechanics of the game, because that's pretty much it. It's so straightforward. I mean, I guess the people cards are pretty cool because you can manipulate the board, but you can't hold on to them. When I draft those cards, I have to use them on my following turn or discard them, which is a good rule, I guess, because otherwise somebody could hoard the cards and, on the last round or whatever, really change the board state. And now, everything kind of throws into chaos. And there's kind of a lot of those cards too. So, every other turn you're going to be seeing people do some extra special stuff, and that's pretty cool. The only real complaints I even have about this game is that I do think that the card size is kind of wonky. It's really hard to find sleeves in that size. I think they made cards that size on purpose, that the board doesn't take up too much space on the table. But, if you want to sleeve it, I tend to be the guy who sleeves everything, so it'd be hard for me to sleeve this. But I'm thinking about sleeving it because I want to keep this game. But what is this game's strength is also a bit of a flaw for me in that, it's a relatively light, quick, intro-ish game with enough depth and strategy that I still enjoy it. Well, there's kind of a lot of those games. And I kind of have a lot of those games because I keep those games on purpose because, well, I'm constantly teaching new players and trying to get new people into gaming and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's good, but there's a lot of contenders for this spot. I can only have so many of that type of game in my collection, and I mean, I want to keep it. I'm not getting rid of it right now, but there is a possibility that in another year or two, when I go and do a big cull, like I just did a big cull because I moved, I got rid of like 150 games. It's a possibility that it might hit the chopping block, and that isn't even really the game's fault. It's not because I didn't enjoy it. I do really enjoy it, but there might not be enough to separate it from other games. I mean, but maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe when it comes time to do another call, I will remove another game that is in the same category and keep World's Fair. Who knows? But all I'm saying is that this is definitely a solid game for this category. Assuming that category isn't saturated for you, I'd highly recommend it. If this already sounds like the another 20 games that you have in your collection for this purpose, well then yeah, this isn't gonna change your mind. I mean, there's nothing real new here. I mean, I think the way you draft cards is cool and different, but other than that, it's just really fun, really good game that I'm kind of done talking about. All right, I'm going to put a purchase link in the description box down below for this game, for, I think, again, the Amazon exclusive version. Either way, you should definitely check out Game Toppers. They aren't really featured in this video as much as they should have been, but they're hella dope and awesome. You should definitely check those out. A link in the description for them as well. Also, subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored. Ba-boom.